Welcome to Construction Zone Online. I'm Pastor Marcus, and this princess is my daughter, OG. What is the craziest storm you've ever been in? Go ahead, tell me.
The one I was in this show when it rained.
Okay. My craziest storm, I was in Orlando in school, and we found out that a hurricane was coming. You know what a hurricane is?
It's a big mountain in the water.
It's like a tornado in the water. People are getting all prepared for this hurricane. They're putting boards on all the windows so nothing could hit the window and break it. And they're cleaning everything out of their yards. No wagons or lawnmowers or bicycles. Everything was going in storage because the hurricane could pick it up and throw it at things. So it was kind of intense. And then some people are putting sandbags around their houses to keep the water out and these sort of things. And then when we came out, so we were in a house.
What about the garden? What did they do to the flowers when they're good?
Oh, they just have to leave the flowers and hope the flowers last. So we were in the house and we were hearing the wind just whoosh, 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 whoosh. And then we came out after the hurricane was over. It was kind of dark because all the windows were blocked from boards. We came out and big branches from trees were knocked down. And so a storm can be pretty intense. In Michigan, we had winter blizzards that would shut down the city for a week. So people can be scared by storms because we can't control them. Well, God is also more powerful than a storm. And He's not just powerful, but He's loving. So we're going to talk today about how we can trust God no matter what the problem is. We'll start out by visiting the Morningstar in their search for lobster's gold.
Captain, I don't think we're ever going to be able to rescue Fergie. Can't the ship go any faster?
Now, Stan, the Imperial Guard told us everything we need to know. Gold Grubber left with a foul group of pirates on a sloop called the Slippery Eel. We'll find them at Porkchop Island.
But a boat like that is so much faster than the Morningstar, and after they get the treasure, they'll sail off. We won't even know where to find them.
Stan, we have to trust God.
Even if we catch them, they're ruthless pirates.
We won't do anything foolish, but we still need to trust in God. Luther, will you collect your chickens?
Captain, there's a dark cloud coming in from the northeast. It looks really scary.
Come on down quickly then. We need to prepare for the storm.
Look out below!
Didn't mean that quickly. All hands on deck. There's a northeaster heading our way. Our best bet is to land on Sheepshank, this island here on the map.
But we have to keep going, Captain. The Slippery Eel is going to get away.
Stan, God is bigger than the pirates. He's bigger than the storm. We're going to trust Him no matter what happens.
But Fergie!
Stan, I care about Fergie too, but I'm going to protect our whole crew by weathering the storm on the island.
There it is! There's Sheepshank!
We'll anchor on the western side. Be quick about it, lads.
I see a cave. We can spend the night there.
Take the ship as close to that cave as you can. What are all these sheep doing here? I guess we know why this is called Sheepshank.
Captain, I saw a fire outside, and it looks like a campfire. Can I borrow Fergie's spyglass?
Sure, Stan.
Oh my. Captain, you wouldn't believe this, but I see Gold Grubber and 2 other pirates on this island.
Let me see that. Oh, you're right. Do you know what this means?
What?
It means we're getting Fergie before we leave this island.
How you doing, sir? Are you comfortable?
Well, I'm happy to be dry. There sure are a lot of sheep in here, though.
I guess I want to stay dry too.
How long do you think the rain will last?
I don't know, maybe we should wait with the sun.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart. And we him,
and he shall direct, and he shall direct your path. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct, and he shall direct your path. He will not allow your foot to be bruised. He who keeps you will not slumber. The Lord is near unto all them that call upon him. To all that call upon him in truth. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct, and he shall direct your path. He shall direct you. He will not allow your foot to be bruised. He who keeps you will not slumber. The Lord is near unto all them that call upon him. To all who call upon him in truth. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct, and he shall direct your path. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct, and he shall direct your path.
Proverbs 3, 5, and 6,
where'd
and
that
Psalm
come from?
121, verse 3.
He'll direct you, yes, sir.
One evening, Jesus asked the disciples to take a boat to the other side of the Sea of Galilee. They climbed on board and began to sail across. It was a beautiful day and a great day for sailing. Jesus may have been tired from preaching. He fell asleep in the back of the boat. But even as Jesus slept, the wind began to grow stronger. Before the disciples knew it, they were in the midst of a storm. Some of Jesus' disciples were fishermen. They had spent much of their lives on a boat. They had even seen storms before on this lake. But this one was terrible. The storm got worse and worse. Huge waves struck the fishing boat. The disciples used buckets to throw the water back out, but it was slowly starting to sink. The disciples were terrified. They thought they were going to die. They went to Jesus for help. What was Jesus doing now? He was still sleeping peacefully. "Jesus," they said, "wake up! Don't you care that we're all going to drown?" Jesus woke up. He wasn't afraid at all. Instead, he stood up and spoke to the storm. "Peace, be still," he said. Suddenly the storm stopped. The wind calmed down, and the waves stopped rocking the boat. "Why are you afraid?" he said. "Do you still have no faith?" The disciples were amazed and terrified at the same time. "Who is this, that even the wind and the waves obey him?" they asked each other. Hey, welcome back! I have my wife's electric mixer, and we use it when we want to make cakes or desserts or things. You know, all I have to do is turn it on and it does all the mixing for you, like this. Go ahead, turn it on. What's wrong? It doesn't work. Why doesn't it work, Coach?
Because it's not plugged in.
No, it's not plugged in. Okay, electric mixer needs electricity. You want to hold on to that for me? Be careful. Don't turn it on yet.
Okay.
Okay, so now, go ahead. Look at that thing go. You don't want to get your hair caught in that, do you? All right, that's good, that's good. All right, I'm gonna put it away, ready? You know, the electric mixer seems a little bit scary when it's going at full power. But if it doesn't have electricity, it's worthless. You can't use it for anything. Now, Jesus, when he calmed the storm, in the Bible story we just watched, his disciples were scared because they saw his power at work. But if he hadn't used his power, he couldn't change anything. And so they could have even died, right? Sometimes we're in difficult situations and we're afraid of what's happening. Jesus is powerful and we can turn to him in trouble, just like the disciples did. When he shows up in his power, it can be kind of scary, but we can trust in Jesus' love that he's using his power to help us and to bring us closer to him. In the story, Jesus was tired from preaching and healing, but he wasn't afraid because he knew the power that was in him. Maybe the disciples thought Jesus would help him when they asked. Maybe they thought he'd help them row with a boat. Maybe they thought he would bail out water. You know what bailing water is? When you take a bucket
and you take it and you...
Yeah. Yeah, it's called bailing out the water. Yeah. They were maybe thinking Jesus would help them in that way, but they weren't prepared for what Jesus was going to do. Right? Jesus stood up. He spoke directly to the storm. He said, "Quiet, be still." Now, if I did that, what would happen? Nothing. If you told the storm to stop, what would happen?
Nothing.
You know, you even said, "Rain, rain, go away. Come again another day." Did it go away?
No.
No. When Jesus told the storm to stop, it listened. The wind calmed down. The waves stopped crashing. And the boat got steady again. Now the disciples weren't happy. They were terrified. This amazing power that Jesus had, if he could command a storm, what else could he do? You know, we're blessed that Jesus isn't just powerful, but he's also loving. And he wants us to come to him when we have a problem. He wants us to be like the disciples who came when they were scared by the storm. You can trust in God's love and power. God will work all things for good to those who love him and are called according to his purpose. In your life, there might be problems. There might be storms. There might be problems at school, stressful situations at home, maybe somebody's sick. Are you struggling with loneliness or sadness? Jesus is there to help. In any situation, Coach, we can ask God to help us. He's powerful and he's loving. And we might not know what God's going to do, but we can trust him to help us in his power. We just need to ask. So let's pray. Dear Jesus, thank you that you demonstrated your power and your love for the disciples, Lord. And we know in our lives today that your power and your love can help us through every situation. Thank you that you care for us. Thank you that you're powerful. And I pray that you bless everyone watching. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Hey, stick around because we have a drawing in a little bit. Hey, this is the last part of the show, the part where we give you a challenge, and one of you gets to win a Lego minifigure. Okay, so we're going to be looking at this week. What did we make for the challenge? Valentines. So all of you made a Valentine. Now some of you made special Valentines for some of our characters on the show here. And so we're going to give them a chance to say thank you because we're very thankful. And so here we go. So let's look. First, here is a Valentine from Abner for Luther. So here's Luther.
Hey Abner, thanks for the Valentine, dude.
Okay, and next, here's a Valentine from Anson. Here's a Valentine from Declan. Here's a Valentine from Erica. Here's a Valentine from Anisha. And this Valentine is from Emerson to me, Stuart. So Emerson, thank you so much for that Valentine. It is so beautiful. And next we have a Valentine from Jonas. And here's a Valentine from Levi to Pastor Marcus. Will Pastor Marcus say something? Hey Levi, I just want a special thank you for the Valentine that you sent for me. I really appreciate it. Thanks. And then here's a Valentine from Lydia. And a Valentine by Nolan. And here's an interesting Valentine from a new person named Sally. And she has a Valentine for actually 3 people. It's for Fettuccine and for Mr. Cervosa. Maybe she meant Mrs. Cervosa because we don't have Mr. Cervosa. And then finally, she had some special love for Gold Grubber.
Hello, Sally. I have a great pleasure seeing you. I am from Italy, and I'm just saying thank you for the Valentine for me, and for Mr. Goldgrubber, and for Mr. Cervosa, who we haven't seen in years, because I did go to college with him back in the day. We just want to say thank you for your Valentine.
And last but not least, here's a Valentine from OG to Schmutz.
So, I hear, OG, that you have something for me? Thank you very much. Dear Schmutz, I love you. Schmolivia.
I love you too. So now we're gonna draw a name from a hat and see who wins the Lego minifigure. Abner! Congratulations, Abner! Good job! Yay! Hooray! So for next week's challenge, we want you to make an umbrella because we talked about storms today. And when you're in a storm, one thing you might want, maybe not a lightning storm, is an umbrella. So everybody come make an umbrella. And I think that's all for this time, so we'll see you next week, eh? Bye-bye!